It's Pasta Tuesday. Oh no, it's not. It's the midweek update. Why was I thinking about Matt Green? Because one of the jobs I've been doing is a bit of painting, and this is one of his 4 skins from when he came down and helped me with the roof. Oh, okay, while we're on that, thank you very much for everybody's comments about the roof vent. There's some very good points that came out in those, and to be honest, I still don't know whether I'm going to go for it or not. It's not the end of the world. The other thing that I have thought about is when the roll cage is in, you have the diagonals, and of course they mustn't interfere. There would be no point me cutting a hole and putting the vent in, then fitting the roll cage and then going, yeah, I can't open the vent. So anyway, I'm in 2 minds about that. What have I been up to? So all the welding on the subframe is done. I'm now in the process of painting it. Is it paint? No, it's mastic, really. I'm using the old Rust Buster epoxy mastic 121. So I first found out about this project when I was watching Trev's blog when he was doing his van restoration. It's an epoxy, and it's brilliant. You can keep it nice and thick and make it as like a seal seamer type, or you can thin it right down to paint or spray it. I don't really want to spray it, so I'm hand painting it. And I'm doing the old stipple effect, so that way it's going to be really thick and going to handle all those stone chips, because this is going to be driven around quarries and things like that. So there's no point me doing a beautiful spray job on the subframes. It's not that type of car. What else have I been doing? The door, I've managed to, I managed to get the door on, trimmed it. I haven't got the hinges on yet. I've given those a bit of a makeover look, so stripped off all the old paint. And I can't fit the door properly because I'm waiting for parts. In particular, you know, there's like a little nylon thing that goes there, and that's held on with 2 very, very little screws. I haven't got any of them, so there's no point me trying to align the door when I haven't got the alignment wedge thing. So what else have I been doing? At one point I was digging through the bits, and this is the pedal box out of the car that came with it originally. So I'm guessing it's the same as like a Mark 1. I don't think they really changed. But one of the issues I had when I was using it for club racing was on the early Mark 1 and 2s, maybe, I don't know, when did Minis stop using the brake light sensor, actuator, whatever you want to call it, in the hydraulic system, because it sits down in the front subframe, doesn't it? But then they changed over to this, which sits in the pedal box. And it makes much more sense for me to have an electric one rather than the hydraulic one, because, you know, if we rock up at scrutineering and all of a sudden the rear brakes don't work because that has malfunctioned in some way, I don't want to be, you know, breaking the hydraulic system to fix it. Much easier to be faffing around with something like that. So I made a little bracket that sort of fitted wherever it goes, something like that, but it didn't quite work. And I've got a slightly more modern pedal box that's got that slot ready to go, and I was thinking, but I really want to keep the original pedals. Yeah, the size, I don't want are they hexagon shaped? Maybe. Anyway, whatever, I don't want them because that wouldn't look right. So I thought about changing the arms and stuff like that, but what I settled on, and the arms are definitely beefier. So that's the old Mark 1, 2 arms there. And this is whatever box this is out of. Look how much beefier they are. Much, much thicker. So I thought what I'd do is I'd cut down the original pedals and make them so that they will accept the Mark 1, 2 rubbers. These rubbers are shot. So I've ordered some more of those. There you go. So I just trimmed them down so that I can use those as a template. And that then means that I can use the proper sensor on the side. I know it's a silly little thing, but it's one of those things I wanted to do. On a Mark 1 2, you also have much smaller pedals, accelerator pedal, don't you? And this is what someone did when it was a Rallycross Mini. You can just about see the size of the standard accelerator pedal rubber, which is tiny, but they put this big thing on it and welded some ribs on it and stuff like that. I'm in two minds whether to keep that, but I do like, I've got one of the old Paddy Hopkirk aluminium throttle pedals, and I've got it on the Mark 1. I do like it because it makes hill towing, oh, it's so nice. So I might figure out how I'm going to do that. Another job I've done while that was in the sandblasting cabinet, the front subframe. I did that, gave that a good old clean up. That's to cover up the magic wand hole. So I do need to make a filler bit of metal. So that's another little job. And look, I fitted me Chinese hinge. There you go, look. So my Mark 2 doors are now fully opening and closing. That should definitely help when it comes to getting stuff in and out of the windows. I haven't fitted them to the car yet because it's the other way around. So it's been a really quiet week for me. Quiet as in I haven't been able to do a lot of work on the car. The whole coronavirus thing. I know I've got a lot of mates who are working on their minis. How does it go? Stay at home, work on your minis, save the NHS, save lives. Something like that, isn't it? So I've got lots of mates that are staying at home working on their minis. I'm very I'm jealous of them, but unfortunately I can't. In fact, my workload has gone up. So I've been working less on the Mini. Bit of a pain. Teammate, Joe Charolumbus, he has a MX-5. And it was standard, and he was using it at a car club and things like that. But he wants to go full retard on it, and he's bought himself a supercharger kit to go on it. It's a second-hand kit, so when he comes back, he's not on the Isle of Wight at the moment. He's stuck working abroad on a super yacht anchored off some bloke's private island. Anyway, when he comes back, we're going to try and fit that. The only thing that he hasn't got is a programmable ECU. So he doesn't know what type to go for. I have no idea. I mean, the only thing pops into my head, because I watched Mighty Car Mods and everything else, and the Skid Factory is Heltec, but I don't know. Does anybody know a good programmable ECU that we can use on a supercharged MX-5? There you go, that's the question for today. If you can help us with that, that would be amazing. Right, but that's it. It's a bit of a rubbish update, I'm afraid. And it's rubbish because I haven't done a lot. But maybe, just maybe, next week, I might have nailed something properly. So until next time, ta-ta for now.